Technology for Seniors podcast on YouTube. Hey, everybody, just a quick intro. These are previously aired episodes that aired on Research Shows podcast. So that explains what you're going to be listening to in the intro because this aired on a previous air date on all streaming platforms. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, don't forget that the only reason why you're even viewing this video is because of my reoccurring guest, Dr. Jerome Tucker. He's the one that hit me to podcasts that are available on YouTube. So let me let you get back to the video that you were watching. Hello. This is your girl, Dawn M. Williams. You are listening to Research Shows podcast, and this is Technology for Seniors. We haven't done one of these in a while. This segment is for our seniors and their families, friends, and loved ones so that we can promote independence within the senior citizen community through community connections because it's better for their mental health. So this particular episode is going to go off of what I go through with lessons. And I just want to say I just taught my very first virtual last week. So the time of this recording, this probably not going to come out until maybe sometime in August. So this was July and I got to edit the video and everything. But it was somebody who I know, actually a current client that I already had. And I was like, most time when I get good at things, it's because I practice on a group of people. So I needed this Technology for Seniors thing to be virtual. It needs to be you being able to pull up the stuff virtually because it's cost effective. It only costs me time. So this person, her husband was able to just set up the stuff online, meaning he set up, all I had to do was send a link, and he set up their computer so that the camera can be up. The camera needs to be up so you can see what I'm doing and I can see what you're doing at the same time. So basically I showed my phone that was a spare phone, and we were both downloading the BJ's app. BJ's is a wholesale store. I ain't gonna say wholesale store. It's like a bulk store that people go to if you're not familiar with BJ's. And I just wanted to talk about how long it took. Now, it took over 30 minutes, I'll say that. And the person was like, please don't tell people exactly how long, so I'm not going to get into details, but I just wanted to do this particular episode to stress how long it takes to do things. And I believe that we, as people who are always on technology, we're using phones and tablets and computers and all that kind of stuff. We're so used to it. It's like not a big deal that you might had to go all day long off and on with virtual customer service trying to figure out your issue. Like me personally, let me give an example for myself. I just was going through developing an app, so I didn't hire out. I'm basically creating an app myself and then paying the hosting service to have my app on their platform. And that took some days back and forth. So me trying to fiddle through Google Console and go through YouTube tutorials, I could not figure it out. And I get that is nerve-wracking. And so I can only imagine what seniors are going through when you're not used to that level of problem solver, trying to figure out things on that level, because it can be stressful. And I think that we need to acknowledge that as younger people, it can be very much overwhelming. So we're going to take our first commercial break. We'll be right back. How long ago was that? When did you start the VB show?
2 years ago.
Oh, wow. So you was 9.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just so inspired. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, all right. So tell everybody, how is it being a social media influencer? How is that experience for you?
It's actually been so amazing because I like to, inspire people, especially at a young age that I am. And I want to inspire like kids that's my age or younger, and also like some adults as well, so they can inspire their kids to, I wouldn't say be like me, but be like, like, positivity, like have positivity and, be positive, not like don't be negative.
That is so wonderful.
Entrepreneur Thursdays with Research Joe's podcast.
All right. Thank you so much for coming back. First and foremost, like I was saying, it can be overwhelming. So I had to keep stressing. Every time a time period passed and we kept getting further and further and deeper into it, because I refused to hang up until we figured out what she needed to know with the BJ's apps. So every time it went 10 minutes or 15 minutes further, I'd be like, look at the time, look how long we're doing this. And she like, oh my gosh, is this what you're, I'm like, yeah, we go through this. It's just that we're so used to going through this as Generation X or Generation Z or millennials. And even some baby boomers, we're so used to going through this that it just becomes second nature, where it's like, it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. We'll Google it until we figure it out. Because see, here's the thing. My client had BJ's 800 number, just like I could easily Google BJ's 800 number. See, it's about cost effective. They don't have the resources to pay the staff to deal with phone calls all day long. Look how long I was, and I can't even say how long, because I promised this lady I wasn't going to reveal how long we was on. But the fact that you could be on long periods of time on customer service calls is not cost effective. It's not cost effective. So that's why it's important to understand you have to exercise patience. Now, everybody's not going to go through technology for seniors. Sometimes you're going to have people who have their own mothers or fathers or whoever that you're having to teach technology to, just basic technology, and understand you're used to it. You're used to problem solving quickly because you've been using technology efficiently for a long period of time. This is something that's being introduced to our seniors. So it requires an extreme amount of patience. And if you don't have that, that's what I'm here for. That's what you could pay me for, to provide that service for your relative. Because to not sound sarcastic or to not have certain tones when you're talking to them, it takes a great deal of restraint, because I can feel myself like, oh my God, you don't understand. Like, I mean, I can feel myself like about to snap, but because I'm in customer service and I'm used to keeping a straight face and managing my tones, then it doesn't come across that way. Because as soon as you come across nasty or the tone does not sound right, that senior will shut down. It's like how little kids, if you ever watched a teacher, I think it's just so beautiful. If you ever are able to sit in a teacher's classroom when they're teaching preschoolers, it's like a magical world. It's like it just make your whole, if it's the right teacher. Now, I have yet to come across an evil preschool teacher, like a psycho. Now, I know it's some of y'all out there, but I haven't seen it. When I've seen it, it just make you just smile. Your heart warms up, because they just get the children so engaged and they're so happy about learning, and it's just so wonderful. If that teacher comes across in a nasty manner, she would turn off her audience. Them kids ain't going to want to come to school. They're going to be upset, they can't take that. And I think that gentleness, I don't think that goes away when it comes to teaching things. Like, I don't think that method goes, I don't think that method becomes ineffective. I think that as children get older, it's like teachers aren't as sweet and aren't as nice, because then the children might be having attitude problems. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of different dynamics, and children are able to read body language much more efficiently when they're 11 and 12 years old. And then they're, you don't know what the teachers are going through with the principal, and all these different dynamics that make the learning experience different. So regardless, even when I've had to show my husband things with technology. He's Generation X. It's been interesting, certain things, but it's a lot of things I'll be like, Umar, let me show you, how to navigate certain things online, how to detect scams and such things. my approach has to be monotone and gentle because the person does feel stupid. Like they feel like I should know this. I should know how to do XYZ, regardless of age. And you can't, you got to be gentle in the approach if you are going to be at home teaching your relative. And also, I will say this, make them do it themselves. Do not sit up here every time they be like, hey, come here and do this for me. No, you're going to do it because it's important that they have independence. Because look at how the world shut down. I always say this, or I always try to say this. Look how the world shut down in 2020. If it happened once, it'll happen again. Inshallah, I mean, Allah knows best, but it could happen again. And you need to be prepared for if it happens again. Will I be able to order groceries? Will I be able to order my medicine to be delivered to my house? Do I always need assistance? I think it's important that the older community be as independent as possible, even if you are caregiving for your parent. As much as you can give them responsibility for them to be independent, I think they need that. It's important for mental health and everything. So, okay, to my seniors and family members of seniors, don't forget that you can listen to more episodes by tuning into this particular playlist, and I'll leave the link right here. Secondly, you can also get any of our books that are available on Amazon. I'll leave the link right here for that as well. And we have events, we have an app, we have a lot of things going on to assist our seniors with technology. We will see you next week. We plan on airing these episodes once weekly on Fridays at 12 noon. Please don't forget to click the link to like and also share this episode with a loved one. So have a wonderful day on purpose.